What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Stacey the Intuitive. Welcome back to my channel. So good to have you here. So I just wanted to come here and give you guys something to chew on, give you a little thought process to really get familiar in your mind so that you can start navigating a little bit differently. And it really centers around the fact of just knowing, you needing to attune to the knowing that God will literally do it for you. God has the resources, God has the capability, God has the wherewithal to know how to do whatever it is that you're feeling like you need to do. Whether that be you feeling like you need to get on your creative venture and you're really stressing yourself out about it and trying to figure out how to overcome your blockages or whatever. Whether it's something in your relationship, you're trying to get something moving or you're trying to bring something to someone's attention. Whether it's making new friends, whether it's, initiating conversations with your family. The list goes on, but whatever you can conjure in your mind that you're feeling stressed about having to do, whatever you're unsure of how to materialize or how to bring the unfoldment of, that is a prime opportunity for you to ask for some help, for you to trust God and say, you know what, God, I can't figure this out. This is specifically about things that are bringing you like a lot of stress. I recently had a moment like this and I was on a walk and I was like, oh my gosh, God, I'm so stressed about this. And this is something that I've commonly done, specifically in this area. I found myself like ruminating and unsure. And so many times I would ask like, why, God, what's going on? Why? Like I was concerned with knowing. But the moment that I let go of the need to know, the conversation at this time was not centered around what I need to know. Instead, this time, God guided me to instead say, you know what, God, I trust that you can do this. I trust that I don't know how to do this for a reason. And if it's in my highest good, then I'm willing to let go of the need to control. This is for my people who be trying to control all the circumstances, right? Think that you need to do everything all the time. For those of us who have an issue with control, just be loud and proud about it. It is what it is. God is asking us at this time to let it go. Allow something to be done for you. Get into the receptive mode. Let yourself be helped and supported by the divine forces that are there to support you. A lot of the time we kind of lose this understanding or this connectedness to the fact that God is all knowing, God is all orchestrating, all initiating, all creating. So if there's something that you're kind of struggling to figure out how to do, or you're struggling to figure out how it's going to work out or heal or manifest or be successful, whatever area or arena this may be in for you, I challenge you today to instead say, you know what, God, I trust that you can handle this. I trust that you will do what needs to be done for me. I trust that you, if this is what's in my highest good, that you will do it. And that's not to say that you'll be, absolved from doing anything. But it is to say that when the inspiration comes, that you'll be in the receptive mode of knowing, oh, this is of God's doing. This is how God has prompted me. Or if it's something externally to you. Guys, sometimes we just don't even know. Like the little ways that, say that you're wanting like a raise from your boss, or like you're wanting to bring something up to your boss and you're just not knowing how. Be like, God, I trust you to do this because it's stressing you out. And once we get to a place of stress, then I feel like we kind of lose that momentum. So in any case, when you find yourself going towards a negative end of a thought process, it is best to give it up to God and just trust that God can get you rerouted in whichever way is necessary. I found that to be very true for me as well. Even in my own journey, it's like I've woken up at some point this week and, with a negative thought on my mind, right, that I had been working to let go of. And, I kind of found myself going down the rabbit hole with it. I'm like, you know what, God, I trust that if this is coming up, it's for a reason, that you're going to help me to get out of this, because we are working way too hard to get caught back in a loop. Lo and behold, moments later, literally as if by magic, which God is magic, I found myself like being able to connect the thought process that had arose from within me to another one. So I say that all to say, God has unique ways to orchestrate events in your life. God has unique ways to influence not only influence the things that are happening within you, but to influence the things that are happening externally to you, especially if they will equate to your growth in some way. Normally, if they will equate to your growth in some way. So when you find yourself in those places ruminating, accept the fact that you may not be positioned right or correctly to figure everything out right now. So you have to allow God to reposition you. And then you have to allow God to work God's magic with the external pieces so that they can be aligned properly for whatever it is that's trying to be orchestrated. And this can be done for anything. I just feel that we don't ask enough, right? For help. Like, this is such a basic concept, but so many of us would go into that thought loop of, oh my gosh, I need to do this. Or I don't know if some of you have had this, but I've had this often where I'm like, why does it always have to be me? Why do I always have to be the one to go clean up this mess? Why do I always have to be the one to go and advocate for this? Or why do I always have to be? I've had that. That was kind of like the mindset. And in that moment, lo and behold, because everything is intentional, I'm really receptive to God's energy and God's words right now, because I'm really being intentional about being open. And from that question, instead of digging myself deeper into a hole like I normally would, I said, oh my gosh, maybe I don't have to do this. Maybe I can step back and relax. Maybe I can give it up to you. Maybe I can feel safe and secure in my existence because I am so connected to my creator. So I just want to offer that as a thought process to you guys. Offer that as a solution when you find yourself in a problem, because I think that a lot of our problems center around feeling completely powerless and not knowing what to do. But it does kind of reinstill this power to know, like, that God is a part of the gang, a part of the squad, right? And that you can call upon those reinforcements, and that you can call upon that help and that support. And, you know, it's coming from the big G, from God, right? And so with that, you're getting some major support, and it should feel good, and it should empower you to know that you're connected to that. And for me, it really is like, that is the energetic, you know, signature that really supports that energy. It's like when you actually trust it, when you actually believe it, when you actually come to the inner knowing of, oh my gosh, I can give this up to God, and I'm literally not going to try to control anything. I'm just going to trust the unfoldment. When you get to that place, it allows you to relax. And what all of us want on this journey, it seems, at least I would believe that most people want this, is peace. I believe that so many of us are just wanting peace. And a lot of that peace comes from our ability to surrender and let go and give things up to God, but consciously, right? It's in the moment where you pick something up and you realize it's way too heavy, right? Because maybe it's your tendency to take on more than you can, or more than you should, or you've just found yourself in a circumstance where you're just tired and you need some reinforcements, you need some support. I encourage you to get into the habit of being like, you know what, God, please, like, not even in like a begging type of way, just like, God, I trust you to be able to, like, unfold this situation in the way that it needs to. I trust that you've heard my intentions. And from that space of giving it up to God, your conversations with God can be more so about like what you would hope, what your hopes and dreams and things are, but it allows you to go towards it with a sense of detachment and knowing that God hears that side. And while what unfolds might not be expected or exactly how you thought, but at least you will be walking towards truth, right? If you put something out there and like the opposite of that happens, trust, first of all, that the clarity will come about why it's the opposite. That's the thing. When you like give it up to God, God is able to offer you truth and clarity. But at the same time, when it does happen, if what you want to happen happens, then again, there's just this magical divine energy, and it really helps you to be able to receive what it is that you're supposed to be receiving at the time, instead of ruminating about it or creating unfavorable conditions with your worry. Okay. So I really wanted to share that because I think it's a really important message, and I think it's a very, you know, just meaningful message for a lot of us who just be trying to walk this path and feeling very like overwhelmed with all of the requirements, because there's a lot of requirements, especially for those with those of us with so much ambition and so much, you know, we just want to continue forward. We want to keep on the straight trajectory so that we can get to where we need to get. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to ask God for help. It's okay to give it up and literally let go and just walk and know that the intentions that you've set are already put out there. So the things that are meant to happen are happening. Ask for help, like literally right now. Like when this video goes off, give it up to God. Start having that conversation, and then let it guide you into what you truly want, and then let it go even more, right? Because you know that God heard, you know that God is the best at orchestrating, at least in alignment with what you've said, right? At least in alignment in that direction. And you get to give whatever plans up that might have been impulsive or whatever, or not well thought out, or, you know, too stressful, you get to give whatever plans up to God so that God can make it God's own, which is always more special, okay? So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys for just checking out my channel and subscribing. Like, it means more than you think, more than you know. I'm just so grateful to be able to express myself on this channel, and I have so much love and gratitude for you guys. Let me know your thoughts on this, and I will see you next time. Bye. Mwah.